Offline Era. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Offline Era with your host, Steve.
And I'm Steve.
And we are back. How's everything going, Steve?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm feeling kind of stuffed right now. I had some good food at your house. I had the local Chinese spot. Filled me up pretty good.
Shout out to Asian Kitchen.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but, you know, do we want... I mean... It's a lot of MSG, a lot of sodium.
A lot of MSG.
I don't know if
good, though.
I don't know if we're at the point in our lives where we should be consuming that much sodium, but every now and then it's not bad. Big Chinese guys. However you want to take that.
I mean, not us, but I mean, we're like eating Chinese, but interesting way to say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm Chinese, but I do enjoy Chinese. Yeah, welcome back. We are talking about, what are we talking about today? We're talking about the dopamine and nostalgia that comes with the thoughts of what would be in your backpack when you were in school. When you were in school, like, you know, this could be a little late 80s for you because you know, that's also a lot of your childhood, but you know, then going into the 90s and
that was your personality back then. I first started, I went to Catholic school, so you couldn't really express yourself. But then when I went to public school, and it's like going into public school and not only having fashion, but having like what kind of backpack you're going to pick, which we'll get into, like what was the popular brands back then. But then like what'd you fill it up with? Like there was also specific materials that you wanted in there as well. So
yeah, and just to make sure that we address the elephant in the room, I'm wearing a old school surf style windbreaker, quarter zip. You know, the pieces are all destroyed, but I've had this for a very long time.
Could have been in your backpack.
Might have been. Probably not, because this is even too big on me now. But figured I'd break it out. It's just a cool little... it's, you know, reminiscent of the times. I mean, these vibrant purple, you know, like kind of like the aqua coloring of the... It's just very 90s. And Steve actually is not showing off a little bit of his 90s wear. He's got the MLB logo with the Mariners colors representing the one and only Ken Griffey Jr.
One of the greatest baseball players of our time.
Yeah. Just
one of the greatest baseball swings of our time.
Probably the greatest. Like, just such a smooth and buttery swing.
Yeah, let's see.
There it is.
It's going to show up on camera.
There it is. Girls Gone Wild. Steve's Gone Wild.
There it is. Here it is. Get all those tips out. But, yeah.
Yeah.
The grifter.
Yeah. Steve also brought over, so from one of our previous episodes, we did a gift swap the other day, and Steve and his wife brought over a lot of the candies that we were talking about in the episode where we were talking about like discontinued snacks.
Correct.
Or like greatest 90s candies.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, bracket.
And there was a couple of candies on there that we didn't really, we just didn't remember like what they tasted like, or it's just been a while. So Steve brought over candy blocks.
Candy blocks. They were good. They're better than what we thought.
Yeah, they were way better than what we thought.
They must have changed the formula from then to now.
Because we both agreed that these things sucked back then. And when we tried them, when Steve brought them over, we kind of just looked at each other like,
did they always hit this hard?
These were pretty fucking good. Then Steve also brought over what I said was one of my, not per se favorites, but it was definitely something I liked, was the wax bottles. The nickel nip wax bottles. Now, Steve, to this time, had never tried them.
No, never partook.
I don't think my wife had either. Your wife had.
She had, yeah. Big into nickel nips.
But we all tried them, and I don't know how much my wife cared about them, but Steve was like, wow, these are really fucking good. And I'm like, I'm telling you, they were good. They were good.
Reminded me of like the flavor ice, those frozen ones that you had in the summertime.
That you get from the supermarket.
But the juice was fantastic.
Yeah, it's just like a nice little hit. You just pop it up, squeeze it in, and then done. And like I said, now I wouldn't do it, but when we were kids, we used to just throw the bottle in our mouth and just chew on it. You'd still get a little bit of flavor out of it, and then you just spit it out. That was brought over. What else was brought over?
Nerds Rope.
Nerds Rope. I had a tropical one that tasted pretty good. The Gummy Burger.
Gummy Burger, yeah.
Yep, the Fun Dip for my wife.
Fun Dip, sour Fun Dip, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of cool candies. There's a place in town that apparently does like vintage, like retro candies. So if you're ever in the area, Hackettstown, what is it called? Tracy's
Candy Shop.
Yeah, if you're ever there, Give it a gander.
Support a local business.
Yeah, small business. Okay, yeah. So let's get into it. Why
Which
not?
could be, which one of the things,
Could be a
segue, it could be in your backpack.
Could be in her backpack.
Maybe one of the things in your backpack. I remember a big thing was like getting the raspberry blow pops. You would put like, there was certain candy that you can keep in your, because you can't keep like all gum and stuff like that in your backpack. But there were certain candies and snacks.
Yeah, I mean, so let's just start right off the top. I mean, I don't know how big they are nowadays because my daughter's not old enough to be in school, but are pencil boxes still a thing?
Pencil boxes, they must be. They must be.
How do you get your stuff?
I mean, not
but
trapper keepers. Like kids
yeah.
probably aren't having trapper keepers.
But like, I feel like elementary school's all like computers
I think they
now.
provide. Yeah, that is true. It's more digital than analog world compared to what we were in, and also it's a little bit different when we're talking about backpacks, which let's just say is like middle school, high school, right? Where you're changing rooms between subjects. A lot of times when you're a younger kid, right, you may have one of those desks where you're sitting in the same desk.
That was me. Yeah.
So maybe like something like a pencil box might be popular for keeping it in your desk with all your pencils, and you're putting those little caps on the end of it and erasers, where if you're now having a backpack, you got limited space. There's only so many pencils and pens, and then you're changing out books in between classes. Maybe your classes on other sides of the high school or of a middle school, and you're on different floors.
Yeah, I didn't have a pencil box
And a
outside of
locker.
elementary school.
Agreed.
Fifth grade is when elementary stopped for me. Then it's middle school at sixth. Fifth grade, after that, didn't have a pencil box. But man, like, what was the brand? Do you remember the brand?
Like Lisa Frank was very big, but like Pencil Mate, I'm sure was really popular.
Was it Pencil Mate? Wasn't Lisa Frank also the folders?
Yeah, Lisa Frank was like the women's, like had like unicorns and stuff like that. And I remember, again, if we're talking about the actual backpack itself, you're not being anyone unless you got a Jansport backpack. A one-color Jansport with the leather on the bottom was like the most popular. Yeah, what is the most popular pencil box brand?
Space Maker?
Never heard of it.
These are the ones I remember, though.
That is true, like the little plastic guys, right? With little containers and compartments.
I want to make this bigger.
Okay, yeah. But again, like not something you'd put in a backpack, I don't think.
No, this would be like in my...
The antithesis of a backpack.
This would be in my desk.
Yeah.
Housing all my pencils and pens.
So for you guys, again, was like Jansport the number one backpack? Like Jansport or no backpack?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I feel like outside of Jansport that even gets a mention would be like sports team backpack.
Yeah.
So
or
like,
there was like East Bay, or am I confused?
East Bay, but that was, for me, East Bay to me was like where I would go for like...
Was that the sneaker catalog?
Baseball, like
stuff,
yeah. Yeah, but East Bay had sneaker stuff and stuff like that. I used to look at it just for baseball stuff, but yeah, I think outside of Jansport, it would it would be like a Jets fucking backpack.
Yeah, like a sports one was
you'd see
really
kids
popular.
with like a Cowboys backpack or something like that. But
you'd have like another thing that got popular for us after Trolls, which were big in the 80s and 90s, lanyards.
yeah,
Lanyards, for whatever reason, like when I was in middle school, everyone had to have a long ass fucking lanyard. Like, so talk about sports teams and sayings. You had to have a lanyard on your, or like, because you had like little keychains that you would put on it to help you open and close the backpack.
Right. Yeah. I was also very big into like folders with like sport players on it.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Or sports, different sports.
We had like Michael Jordan folders and
And then you knew, like, this was my science folder. This was my geography folder. Different players.
Oh, you know, it was a big thing too back in the day, and it would be in your. I mean, in some fashion, it would be in your backpack. Book socks.
Book socks.
You don't know what a book sock is?
I don't think I know what a book. Maybe we didn't call it a book sock.
No, you would only call it a book sock. How did you wrap your books? With the cardboard paper?
We either did like the brown paper or like the funny pages.
No.
Or
I mean,
some kids had like the clear laminate.
I mean, all that stuff is fine. Nothing against it because it's all reminiscent of the time. But book socks?
Bring up. I don't know what a book sock is.
Steve, please, can someone tell him? Tell him what a book sock is. Oh my God, Steve.
A book sock.
Book socks. Yeah. They were
the different colors.
They were like stretchy.
Yeah.
Like
we didn't call them book socks, but I know. Yeah, looking at
what
them.
you call them? Because literally, they're on the front says book socks.
I never used them. Like I had to use the paper ones.
Oh my god, these were so cool. I mean, like literally, like we would when we were going school shopping, you would just kind of guess how many, hardcover books you were going to get, and you would just look for like crazy colors or vibrant colors or whatnot. And
are they reusable?
Oh yeah.
So that's probably
as long as you don't beat the shit out of them. But like, because sometimes if you get too small of a book sock for a book that's too big, like the middle would start like where the bottom is, where
I feel like we're talking about condoms.
I mean, it's like the condom for a book.
I mean, it really is.
It protects the book.
Practice safe books out there, kids.
Yeah, they were awesome. I mean, and they were so easy to put on. They were just like two sleeves that would go on the wall. Like when you open up the book, you put the sleeve on. It's like almost like wrapping a mattress.
Okay, yeah.
That's how it was. And and you could write on the book socks too if you wanted. And they were just I can't believe you never heard of a book sock.
I've seen them before. I just didn't know that was like the name brand of
This would be the box. Pack. It literally said book socks on it, and it would say jumbo, large, medium. Yeah, it was just.
We used brown paper.
Yeah, I had that too in the beginning. That's what my parents first used, and then because I don't think my parents even knew what book socks were, but I only found out because all the other kids that I went to school with had book socks.
Peer pressure. This guy folds to peer pressure.
Yeah, I didn't want to stand out. I wanted to fit in.
So did you guys have trapper keepers, like different folders, binders, and
definitely. We had that. We had obviously and this is all very obvious for people that we grew up with, but for maybe kids watching, they don't know. Like we literally had 3-ring binders with fucking loose leaf in them. With holes punched to put it in your 3-ring binder.
Did you have a digital organizer? Because those were starting to become popular when I was getting into high school. Not a lot of kids had them; they were very expensive, but they had digital. Or this is like the precursor to, because obviously no one had phones, but they had digital organizers that you would be able to put phone numbers in.
No,
you could do some of them had a calculator built into them, and some of them had a translator and stuff like that.
No, I didn't have that.
Because we would do that, obviously, you get homework, whatever, you write down your homework, due on this date, blah, blah, blah. So they started making them digital, where it's almost like it was the size of a graphing calculator, had very small screen, but a full keyboard. Like
a TI-83?
Yeah, and you could type into these digital organizers to be I got homework for science, due on this date, read pages, whatever.
No, I think my age group was too young for that. And at that point, then phones started coming out. Probably around the same time that you were doing.
Did you put any homework in your phone?
No.
You always wrote down on this date. This is
honestly I feel like bringing my phone to school wasn't even a thought until sophomore, junior year of high school.
Same. We didn't have cell. I mean, we had some people had beepers, but you didn't have cell phones.
No, we didn't have beepers. I was too young for beepers, but I had my first phone probably 7th or 8th grade. My headphones are so loud. I got my first phone around 7th, 8th grade, but I don't think I brought it into school until 10th grade, maybe 9th grade, but I didn't put anything in my phone. Everything about homework or whatever, I wrote down everything.
That's the worst feeling as a kid. You're maybe I didn't write down the right homework pages, or
exactly.
I mean, kids don't do that now, I'm sure, right? They're not manually writing homework down. They probably get emailed to them.
Yeah, it's probably on some portal where it says this is the homework for tonight. Imagine oh my God, I would have never missed any homework. I probably still would have. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely multiple times where I wrote down the wrong fucking
wrong page. Or do the wrong date.
Yeah. It would be read chapter 7. It's I read chapter 6. And everyone's talking about chapter 7. It's
I just didn't do it,
And then, or if someone told me hey man, did you read chapter 7 last night? I'd be no, I read 6. And it's no, we were supposed to do 7. I'm Were we? And then you got to go on Spark Notes and find out what the Spark Notes were.
And then even like we talked about like middle school and high school, like imagine you're going home, you got homework. Mom, I didn't bring the book.
Oh, yeah.
Mom, I didn't remember that. And you got to ask your friend, like, hey, man, I need the science book from this class because I just didn't bring the. Like now, like I said, I'm sure everything's online. It's a PDF. But back then, you're like, because you're walking in between classes. So obviously, you're not carrying all the books for the. Because like I said, you're talking about heavy ass, 100-page old textbooks that you open the book and it's go to page 53, go to page 17,
go to 170.
You've been dicked by John, class of 87, and there's a huge dong across it, and you're like, damn.
Can't read this.
but you're like, yeah, I didn't bring the right book home to finish chapter 6 tonight. Like, what do I got to do? Like, I got to go to school early and read the book and finish the homework. Like, that was a fear.
If that happened to me, like, I would just tell my parents, like, can you drive me back to school so I can get it? But like, even that was like daunting because like my parents would be like,
they're busy or they're doing
that, and like, you know how parents were back in the day. They were stressed about everything.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask them nothing. Like, fucking, like, I remember there was one time I like left my report card in my fucking in my locker by accident. Thought my dad was gonna have a heart attack over how annoyed he was. He had to bring me down to the school, which was literally 5 minutes from my house, and. Yeah, I mean, like, if you forgot something at school, specifically in my experience, like, it was like you almost felt, like, afraid to even ask.
I have 2 famous pieces of homework that I talk about to my friends all this day. The first piece is I remember in a history class, I got assigned to do a diorama on a temple. So what I did is I did an Egyptian pyramid. And I went and I showed my dad, and I'm like, oh, you should be so proud of this. And he's like, what is this? And I was like, it's a temple. And he's like, no, man, you built a pyramid. And I was like, but this is due tomorrow. And I spent like a month on it. So then I had to go and make like a shoebox diorama of like a temple in one day. And
like
then
a Jewish temple?
No, just like a regular, like a worship temple, you know, from like whatever like Middle East or whatever.
Right.
But I drew like a pyramid and I had confused them. I had pyramid and temple, like the purposes of them.
Right.
And then a second project that my friend always busts my balls on is I had like all semester in like maybe 5th grade science class, we were doing like biology. So they're like, all right, only thing you need to do is find 10 leaves and just identify the tree. Go to your local library. And I mean, I lived in upstate New York. We had fucking trees galore. Maple trees, evergreen trees, like fucking sycamore trees, oak trees. So I'm like, this is going to be so fucking easy.
Not one fucking leaf came down.
The day before the project's due, I go for a walk on my block. What do I find? The same maple tree. So what I do, I'm a smart ass. I go out to the shed my dad has in back. We got spray paint. I do purple maple. Spray painting it. I'm like, my teacher's not going to know. Blue maple, orange maple, yellow maple, green maple. And I just start spray painting. So I put them and I staple them to this one shitty piece of poster board. And I hand in 10 kinds of maples. Pink maple, purple maple.
Teacher's like, where the fuck did you get this?
And he's like, you had like 6 months to finish this. And you live in like a place where there's 50,000 different trees.
Yeah.
And needless say, he gave me like a D-. He didn't fail me. Because like I appreciate the effort that you did. So every time my friends and I go on a walk, I'm like, man, you see that beautiful tree? That shit must be a purple maple.
The fucking teacher was like, you're a fucking asshole.
So now on the phone, you could just use an app and it tells you the tree, based on the leaf. And I'm like, man, if only I had that when I was a kid.
Yeah. So speaking of things that, speaking of before that, I actually got caught with plagiarism. Failed the whole marking period for plagiarism. Plagiarism. And you know what the worst part was? I was the one that wrote it. The person that I let borrow it, I said, "Hey man,
change a little bit.
Don't fucking copy this word for word.
Yeah.
You gotta alter
always,
it a little bit.
always.
You gotta change it a little bit." He fucking did it word for word because the stupid ass took too long, waited too long to do it. The teacher comes up, says, "You two, come here." He's like, "Which one of you copied this?" And nobody was willing to admit, and nobody wanted to rat.
Your buddy didn't even say, okay.
Nobody wanted to rat on each other, so we're like, we both wrote these, and he's like, no fucking chance. He's like,
we partnered together. We like Beastie Boys. We did like word per word.
Yeah, we did this together. Like we were in the same room when we did it. But he's like, all right, well, if no one's going to admit it, you both fail, and we both failed for the marking period. And my parents were so pissed off, and I was like, I don't know, just teacher don't like me. Yeah, but going on to the other things that were in my backpack, basically in the 90s.
Weed.
Weed. Not for me. Maybe you.
No.
The Crayola box.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
sharpener in the back.
Yep.
Remember the sharpener in the back?
Yeah, highlighters.
It's like a little circle. And
Yeah.
You just use to sharpen it, and then, like the 48 different colors. What's your favorite Crayola color? Like actual. Do you remember any?
Orange was always like my favorite
No,
color.
but do you know the name of it? Do you know the name of any Crayola colors? I know one.
Go ahead.
Majestic Mountain.
Wow. What color is that? Blue? Brown.
Close. It's purple.
Purple.
It's almost like a.
How majestic.
It's
like your cut, like their.
It's
your jacket.
not. It's not this vibrant. It's not that vibrant. It's like the mix between that and like periwinkle. It's like right in the middle.
I know periwinkle. Yeah.
Periwinkle's another nice color. Majestic
Good
Mountain.
names
Oh
Crayola did.
yeah.
Yeah, but like the highlighters, I always said, and that's the thing too. Like a purple or yellow is the only kind of highlighter. Then also, the 4-color pen. The blue, the
so
green,
good.
the red. That's a classic pen.
The blue on the
classic
bottom.
pen.
I saw that at my fucking sister and brother-in-law's house.
Everyone
on
had
Jenny's
that pen. Great
side.
pen.
We were sitting at the couch. They were having a party for Lorenzo, and they had one of these pens there.
Great pen.
But it was like a 6, 7, 8 color pen, whatever. But I was like, oh, baby, remember these fucking pens? How good were these? These were
Remember
great.
the mechanical pencils you used to
You
inject?
just give yourself a shot.
Yeah, everyone like
Yeah, but those fucking pens were like.
the 4-color. Yeah,
I mean, it was like a one-stop shop. Like you had a black pen, you had a blue pen. It was green and red, right?
yeah.
Oh, I mean, no one ever really used
Then
the
the
green for
Pilot
anything.
G2 pen, like those little bubble pens.
yeah,
It was like
the gel.
that was such a great
Yeah,
pen.
those are like my favorite pens to this day.
Then also you used to do the
G2s, yeah.
was the Bic was the regular one. And you used to do a little rubber band, and you used to like shoot the the regular Bic ballpoint pens, like classic ballpoint pen, blue cap.
And you remember when the first erasable pen came out?
I was a lefty, so that shit used to smudge all over my hand. I'd come home with shit all over my
I
hand.
mean, they did suck. They weren't like really good ink, but that's why it was able to be erased because the ink sucked.
Yeah.
But they were fucking groundbreaking when they came out. Like it was the blue pen with the little eraser on top, and it was like trying to be a pencil. But man, those were cool fucking pens when they came out. But then they died
And then with
out
the
really
white
quickly.
eraser, you could erase pen with this. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, being a lefty sucks. What else?
You said like binders, obviously, with like 3-ring binders, the regular sheet, and then also the black and white zebra composition notebook.
the
Some
composition
science
notebook.
class, you always gotta like,
So good.
or your English class, like you always gotta.
And then they started coming out with colors, like different. They had
Yeah.
blue, they had the
Pink,
red,
hot pink, yeah.
I mean, obviously, black is the classic, but once
The
they started
neon
coming
green.
out, once they came out with colors, everybody was jumping on the colors because we were getting sick of black. Like, need something different. The other thing was like glue,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Elmer's glue, and you'd put it on your hands, rub it
that shit.
together, and then you'd like peel it off, and you think
Yeah.
your skin's peeling. That was a big deal, and then also glue sticks were a big deal. Always had those on me. Trying to think of what else. What else was big? Anything you could think of off the top of your head?
I don't know if there's anything that we haven't mentioned. And what we say was our little pick today. We got a pick.
Oh, we had to put together like our
favorite backpack. So how many picks do we get?
Let's see. Build your ultimate 90s backpack. Folders, pens, stickers, lunchbox.
Oh, stickers we didn't even talk. Like you said, like sports things were big too.
Yeah.
And also toys. Like I remember kids used to have like mini Rubik's cubes.
Oh yeah.
and-
Well, the Tamagotchi. Really.
Yeah.
You have your like sometimes I'd have my Game Boy on me, but like
yeah.
I used to not bring it too often because I was afraid of getting it taken. Yeah. I mean, we could build our backpack right now.
Lunchbox.
Start off right now.
Okay. How many? How many? Just dream backpack.
Yeah.
There should be. All right. So we should put this in categories, right?
Yeah. We also need to cap it at a certain amount. So I'd say we each pick a lunchbox.
Okay.
We each pick
Like a writing instrument.
right.
A flare, like I said, like something to decorate. You gotta have like a couple of decorations.
Sure. Yep.
Maybe a patch.
Yeah, honestly, I'm fine with just like top five things
okay.
that you'd put in your backpack.
All right, top 5 things. All right, so if we're gonna
But
start,
we gotta include the lunchbox.
all right, so starting with the lunchbox. What kind of lunchbox? Again, like back then, I'd have to say sports teams, right? And again, I was never a huge like sport. I mean, I say I wasn't, but I like Reggie Miller. I like I was a big Jeez, I'm like blanking. Drew Bledsoe fan. Like I didn't really care for teams. I was more of a player kind of person. Like I liked a lot of like Reggie Miller was huge because I was like anti-Knicks.
Right.
So I liked a lot of that kind of stuff. So I'd say definitely if I were to have like a sports one, it would probably be like either like a Reggie Miller who was huge to me back then, or probably it was probably one of my favorite players back in the 90s.
Got it. And what's actually funny
or
is
Dream Team. I also was a huge like Dream Team came out, and everyone was like,
you talking about Jordan Magic and
Larry Bird. Yeah, Dream Team won. Yeah.
Funny story actually. When I first met Steve, we were at Joe's house from our first episode, and I showed up in a Reggie Miller jersey. Didn't know Steve from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh shit, Reggie Miller! You fucking love this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then lo and behold, I go to Steve's house, and he's got like Reggie Miller shit in his bait. I'm like, "This guy actually really likes fucking Reggie Miller." I mean, he was a cold-blooded killer.
Go. Especially if you're from New York, like it's very hard to people like Miller. But I was very anti-Knicks. So
yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, he's just a cold-blooded killer.
Lunchbox, kind of like could be a game, could be a sports team.
It's not even that. It's the brown paper bag.
Brown paper bag kind of guy?
Yeah.
You know, and that's funny too, actually. I mean, I was more of a brown paper. I mean, I did a lot of school lunches, which I didn't mind, but I didn't really bring a lot of lunch. I was more of like my mom would give me whatever it was, $2 and a lunch was $1.50.
Yeah, it was like that for me too.
Later on. Earlier on, like said, I went to schools that didn't, like the same thing.
Yeah, when I was very, very young, I think I would bring lunch, but my parents worked, or like they started work at like 7, 8.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah.
I mean, my dad was already out of the house by then. My dad would leave the house
making
at like 5:30,
and packing a lunch
6:00.
was not viable when you're a teen, especially eat as a teen.
It was easier to give me $3. $4, like
get whatever the cheap school lunch is. Yeah,
that was like middle school, high school for sure. Probably late elementary
brown
school.
bag, good pick.
Yeah, brown bag, just like.
And what would be in? What would be a typical? I would do like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe a sweet, and like a juice box.
So that's possible, but honestly, I think more so what I would go to school with if I was bringing in anything, it would be something that my parents didn't even make me. It would be like a Lunchable.
And I was telling you, I never had a Lunchable my entire life.
They're terrible.
And really, I heard the pepperoni pizza one is like to die for. I have to try it. Aldi has it. I gotta try it.
They're fucking terrible.
Really?
Yeah. But they were great for the time.
For what? Yeah.
Yeah. Like if there is one that's okay, but like it's what we were saying about on our previous episode where we were talking about, like when you go to Pizza Hut. I'm not going
Your
for great pizza.
expectation,
the nacho Lunchable is pretty
So
good.
What was in it? What was it, like a Dorito chip?
No, they were like little circles. And they'd have a salsa and a cheese, I think. What made them good is the chip was good because there was a lot of salt on the chips.
Trey said the goated one is pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza is very good for what it.
That's it, like the one I have to try. If I've never tried, I'm gonna try it.
It's just like a circle piece of like cardboard, damn near.
Pepperoni, I think a sauce, maybe a marinara sauce.
There was sauce, red sauce, yeah. I mean,
in a packet, maybe.
I call it red sauce because I think it's fucking sacrilegious to even call that fucking
gravy
marinara. Not even gravy, no. It's just red sauce that looks kind of like marinara, but. It's that. It's got the sprinkled cheese and it's got the pepperoni.
Okay.
And yes, compared to the other ones, it was goated.
Because I had friends that would do like maybe a turkey.
Yeah,
a turkey cheese.
Ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was literally like living off of the pizza one and the nacho one. And the good thing about the pizza one is like if you don't want the pepperoni, you just eat the pizza and then you can eat the pepperoni on the side.
Yeah.
If you don't want it on the pizza, but.
See, I was a PB&J kid, or my mom would do like bologna on white bread, like simple sandwiches, one like not even. I didn't even like cheese as a kid.
My parents didn't make shit. Like they made nothing. Like my parents just didn't have time. Like my like I said, my dad was probably out of the house by 5:30, 6 o'clock.
So it makes like your kids things that early is it's unheard of. Yeah.
My mom would just wake me up, and then I would have to go shower, get ready, and stuff like that. My mom would just be like doing her makeup, doing her hair, getting ready for work. I mean, the only thing my mom would make me was like a bowl of cereal for breakfast. Like, if that.
If there's
like,
time. Yeah. She's rushing trying to get ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, there was no, like, but like, yeah, like I didn't go to school with much stuff in my lunchbox outside of Lunchables. Like,
You're talking like an hour. Like, if you got to be on the school bus at 7:30, that's like you're getting up at 6:30, shower, breakfast, change, and like get out to the fucking bus
honestly,
stop. Yeah.
like most of my mornings was just spent watching some TV before but the good thing for me was like I used to sit, like my bus used to pick me up literally right in front of my house, but it was across the street, like where we would stay. So I would just sit in my house
and then run. Yeah. Once you see
when I
it.
saw the bus coming, I would come and I would be the last one at the bus stop, first one on the bus, and yeah, it was a fun time. But yeah, Lunchables was always in my
So I was
in my
lunchbox.
but yeah, brown paper bag. I mean, I had other ones. I had like Pokemon ones and whatever.
But for the most part, the same with me. I'd say most of the time mine would have been brown paper bag.
But I feel like that is like and probably even predates the 90s, the 80s.
But if you had to pick, if you were like, all right, you got to get a lunchbox, I'm going to start packing lunches, what would have been your choice?
Outside of a brown paper bag?
Yeah.
For that time, probably a Pokemon one, like a Pikachu one or like a Charizard one or something like that.
Well, and that's true too. I might have had like a Nintendo because I was big into like Nintendo games, and I was also big into like
or something like that.
Yeah. I was big also into like BMX and any outdoor sport,
Tony
that kind of
Hawk
stuff.
or something like that. Yeah. I'd probably outside of a brown paper bag, I'd probably say like a Pikachu or like a Charizard. Pokemon
Good choice.
Lunchbox. Okay, so the next thing I'd probably pick, we mentioned it before, but still going with it, the pencil box. I'm 100% a pencil box person. I don't care what color it was. It probably, a blue top, clear bottom, but it shit housed everything. It housed my pens, my pencils, my glue sticks, my scissors, my this, my that. It was just like one-stop shop for everything I needed. And, then they came out with like the binder version where you have a zip and you put it. It wasn't the same,
pencil case. I said that's probably what I had, like pencil case. Yeah,
and like the pencil box was almost like a status thing, like because you would take out your pencil box and you'd put it on your desk so other people could see it, and like you'd have like stickers on there or some type of writing or whatnot.
Personalization.
But it was just like. This is me. This is my brand. This is what I am now.
I was very minimal. I think, to be quite honest, like probably 90% middle school, high school, I probably literally had like 2 number 2 pencils, 2 regular like big ballpoint pens. No. And I remember my mom, we used to go to like wherever, like Walmart, like Kmart, whatever, as a kid, and we'd get like a big 20 pack, and I would be like, all right, this is all I need. Like, I just want 2 regular pens, 2 regular pencils, and like a sharpener.
I'd have like colored pencils in there,
but I
markers.
couldn't do, like I said, the erasable ones because you used to smudge and shit on me. So like I said, like in some classes or like the tests, you had to do a Scantron test. You gotta have to have a number 2 pencil, otherwise or some would say, all right, you need to do this in pen.
Right.
Like, we want you to do this in pen and not be able to erase anything. Like, once you get into like high school and stuff and doing math. So I was very minimalistic, like just having 2 pens, 2 pencils. And maybe I would keep, like I said, some stuff in a locker, but I never had like a pencil case or anything. Like I said.
So good. Literally fucking, big pencil box guy. All right, what you got?
And then next after that, I would say, like, in terms of decorations, I always, like you said, had probably some sense of a toy. Like I said, a Game Boy, a Rubik's Cube, a Magic 8-Ball, or definitely one thing I know I definitely carried was like an AM/FM player, cassette player. Because I was always into music. So I always and the same thing, like I wasn't far from school, but I know I often had like long bus rides. So I was always like in between classes or waiting for friends. I never did like activities at school. I had a lot of like jobs and stuff, like when I was in middle school and high school. But I was always into music. So I had a shitty pair of like headphones and a cheap like Sony or Iowa Walkman that was like kind of like the reverse, but I was always into cassette tapes and CDs. Right. So even before I had a CD player, one thing always in my book bag would be either cassette player or Discman, 100%.
Got it. Well, it's a snake draft. Go ahead again. Pick your next one.
And then after, so we talked about lunchbox.
Yep. Walkman.
Pencil case.
Yep.
Walkman. Number 4 would be a.
Is this 3?
That was my 3rd.
Oh, that was your 3rd.
Because the pencil, yeah.
What was your first one? Oh, the lunchbox.
The lunchbox, yeah. Lunchbox. Then you said the pencil. Oh, so maybe that is my second. Yeah,
it was your 3rd.
Then I said like Discman or Walkman.
Okay. Yeah, that was a big one too. I was gonna say that, but you already took it. So, okay. What am I going with? I was gonna say this in Walkman. Okay. I would probably say that my next thing in my backpack. I'm gonna go what we said before. So, a plethora of book socks.
Book socks. Okay.
Book socks, 100%.
Nerd.
Yeah. I mean,
nerd.
But they were just so fucking cool. It was the same thing like with the pencil boxes. It was like part of your brand. Like it's like I got these colors for a reason. Like I don't know why I got them. It might have been just because I never had these colors before, or I might have saw somebody else last year with these colors, and I was like, I want that color. Or like a tie-dye one came out, or like some type of cool pattern, and it's like those book socks were like. Because the thing is, like with book socks, like my parents were the older parents of my age group. So like my mom and my dad had me in their late 30s. So like all my friends' parents were probably like late 20s, early 30s. Mm-hmm. So they were probably a little bit more in tune with what was going on, with like what you can get at Walmart or Circuit City or whatever, Office Depot, whatever. Where my parents were probably more like, yeah, brown paper bags. That's what it is. That's what we did. Whatever. Fucking. So when I found out about book socks, I was like, this is awesome. I need these. Where do I get them? And like back then, like I couldn't ask any kids where you got them because half the time they didn't even fucking know. Their parents got it for them. So I remember walking around Walmart one time and we were doing school shopping and I saw them. And I was like, holy shit, I need these. Like, I was like, Mom, I need these. And she's like, what are these? I'm like, it's what you wrap the book in. And she's like, how do these wrap in a book? And I'm like, I don't know, but they're called book socks and they wrap the book. And I'm like, yeah, it's a stretch. And at the time, I didn't know what the hell they call. I'm like, it's a stretchy thing and it stretches on the book. And she's like, okay, whatever. So she picked up a couple and my mom was like, I remember my mom saying like, these are way easier than like wrapping the book in paper. Like, we'll get these all the time. So yeah, having book socks was like, it was just it was like a cool experience, especially like the first time you had them. Like the first time you could say like I'm now part of the clique of people that have book socks. It was almost like you're like
hashtag book socks boys.
It's almost like you got initiated into this group of people that just like. You're part of this group now, and it was just like a cool experience to have book socks. So I'm gonna say
I feel ostracized. All right, so I have the last two picks back to back. I know my last two that I'm gonna pick.
All right, well it's a snake, so I'm gonna go again.
Yeah.
What am I going with? I'm gonna also go with something that we spoke about earlier, and I'm gonna go with the 64 count Crayola box with the sharpener in the back.
That's definitely a solid choice.
I mean. You had 64 fucking crayons. Like, what girl didn't like you back then?
Yeah.
I mean, you got people that
crayons.
You only have people with the 12 count, the 24 count. Like, I got the 64 with the sharpener.
Yeah, with the sharpener.
Yeah, we're on point here. Everything over here is on point. But no, it was just it's just the simplistic stuff that would like, just drive a kid crazy, like in a good way. Like it's just like. The simplistic beauty of just like having a box just like filled with different colors of crayons and like the endless possibilities that you're like, I got 64 colors here. I could do whatever I want with these colors. Nowadays, you can go on, the computer and have millions of infinite colors with different color codes and all that stuff. But like 64 different crayons back then was like, this is a big deal. And overall, it was just, for me, thinking back on it, was just really cool to have 64 different fucking crayons with a sharpener. Because sharpeners weren't a thing when they first came out with Crayola, for anybody that grew up then obviously knows. But sharpeners weren't really a thing. And then they came out with the sharpener, and that just like took it to a whole new level for me.
All right, well, wait till you hear what I'm going to hit you with.
Yeah.
You're going to think, wow, crayons is embarrassing.
What the fuck did I even pick that
my last two picks.
All right.
It's going to start with portable gaming machine. So either a Game Boy, or I used to have a lot of like the electronic baseball, or like the
fair.
Coleco, or like Tiger had like Mortal Kombat, and it was just like the one screen with two little controllers. But so I had a bunch of those that I'd always have one of those to kill some time, or like again, Game Boy had Tetris, or like a poker game, like a card game. So that would definitely be one of my fourth picks, and my last pick.
Okay.
Always in my book bag.
I'm hoping you don't pick what I have in my mind.
Magazine.
No.
So a
Okay.
Nintendo Power, or we talked about East Bay, where I would go through and pick out shoes.
What about
or
Game Informer?
It could be anything. It could Game Informer, Game Freak, Nintendo Power. But I always had some sense of like a magazine or Sports Illustrated or something to be like, all right, I'm killing time in between classes. Like, or again, I started like in high school getting into cars, so I would do like import car
You had the
magazines.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
All the time. I started getting like the subscription to that, and but yeah, always had some sense of like a magazine to kind of read through, and
Right.
but yeah, those would definitely be in my backpack. And I have an honorable mention, which I'll get to after. But I'll let you
Okay.
do your picks.
Okay. So I got one more pick left. There's so many different ways I can go. Like the amount of honorable mentions that could be provided are like endless. But I'm gonna go with something that wasn't always in my backpack, but when it was a good time. It's a hacky sack.
Hacky sack. That's a great pick.
Hacky sack.
Hacky sack,
Like-
or even like the pink little ball that used to play like handball
Spalding
with.
ball, yeah.
Spalding,
Yeah. The hacky sack, I don't know if kids even know what they are nowadays. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've seen a hacky sack like actually being played like anywhere. Like, you know, like we have my nieces and nephews and whatever. Like, I don't see them ever playing with one. I mean, we have kids that are all in the neighborhood.
Play some Dave Matthews Band, pass the weed, and you'll see those hacky sacks come out, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it just like we didn't like. I don't see them anymore. I don't like what happened to them. Like
People aren't hacking any sacks.
I mean, why? Like it was such a fun game. I mean, even
You
to
could
this
do it
day,
anywhere, yeah.
I would still play it. Like I'm not as limber as I once was, but I could still play. I mean, it doesn't take much to play it. But man, what if another thing where it's like,
What was the move called in hacky sack where you went behind the? What was that move called? Like, was it called a J? I think it was called a J because you would put one leg up and then you swap your leg underneath to hit it, and it would go over. You're like, hit me with the J.
I remember the move you're saying. I don't remember what it was
So
called.
we used to call it like hit a J.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
it obviously had the like entendre in it, right? The double like entendre, but it would be because you're like putting your leg underneath and it's going like a J because it would go up above you like that.
Right. Tell us in the comments what that one was.
The J, I think.
But like another
Hacky sack, good pick.
Another perfect example of your brand, like
Yeah.
the color you had, like
Yeah, true. The
like-
sports one, or you could, yeah.
or like just like the hippie like kind of like flannel look, or like the drug rug kind of look.
Yeah.
Just like
Smiley face.
Yeah, just like those, like the Jamaican, like the hat that they wear. Like,
Yeah.
What the hell's that thing called? But they would have like those type of colorways and stuff like that. Like it was like you pull it out, and, like this is mine. This is my hacky sack. Like, and we're gonna use it now. Yeah. There was a couple different things I was gonna mention.
Yeah,
So
let's give some honorable. So one of my first honorable mentions was going to be snacks. First one being fruit snacks. I was a huge fruit snack kid.
Okay.
We talked about like Gummy Sharks, but regular, just
Gushers.
regular store brand, like ShopRite brand, like regular fruit snacks, gumdrops, like Welch's had great ones. Always I had in my backpack. Because like same, sometimes I had lunch at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I'm like, man, I'm starving. I don't get home and eat dinner until
Right.
such and such. So you always had like a Doritos or whatever, but fruit snacks or what was the brand of the granola bars? I think Kudos was like one of them.
yeah,
Kudos,
Kudos,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
so always had like Kudos or fruit snacks or like I said some candy or whatever. Like
Yeah.
and that was currency. You know, when you were a kid, like, oh, let me
yeah.
trade for whatever candy, whatever
like jail.
snacks you got. Yeah. It's like commissary.
Yeah, it's like jail. Like, yeah. I mean, snacks is
So
definitely.
that's honorable mention.
Gushers.
Snacks.
Gushers
Yeah,
was a big
like
thing.
all the candy bricks,
Candy blocks.
candy blocks, lollipop paint shop.
Yeah, I still gotta get you to try that. It was pretty bad, but it was classic. One of
Honorable
my
mentions, yeah.
One of my honorable mentions was a yo-yo.
Ooh, also yeah.
I used to love yo-yos. Wasn't really good at them in the beginning, but then I got really good. Or not really good. No, what the fuck am I saying? I got better to the point that I was able to walk the dog. I was able to do the little cradle thing.
Yeah.
But that was about it. But another thing where it's like, you know, if you had a cool yo-yo, that set you apart. Like, I had a yo-yo that literally when you threw it down, it would start lighting up.
Yeah, I remember. And
you know, it was just, you know, it was cool. I mean, and like another thing, like yo-yos, like I haven't seen anybody with a yo-yo ever, like in a very long time. It's not like I said, I'm not hanging out with kids, but like, you know, you just tend to pass kids when you're walking around anywhere, like it's just being part of life. And you know, I don't see them hacky sacking or yo-yos or fucking anything.
Another honorable mention along that is origami, and what I mean by that is, remember you used to do like the finger thing, but then also throwing stars, as well as you would fold it into the triangle and you would kick like field goals.
Oh, paper football,
or you do hockey, table hockey, but like you're not gonna like, so when you're bored in class, you're folding up and you have a stack of. Like, you used to do the throwing stars or whatever. Like you said, like, so all those, like, folded paper.
Folded paper. I was going to piggyback off that with paper wasps. You know what paper wasps are?
Is that the one that you would put, like, on the rubber band? And it's just, like, kind of like a thing. You pull it back.
And it hits, oh, my God. Literally stung like a bitch.
Or spitballs, obviously. You would open up the bic. You would take the thing out.
Yep. What other honorable mentions are out there? Let's see.
That's a good call on the yo-yo hacky sack.
Yeah. I think the other thing that
sports cards. We didn't talk about Pokemon baseball cards.
Yeah,
like,
I would have them
that was
on
a big thing. Like you would trade in.
I had them on me more when I was in like summer camps. Because it just I felt like I didn't have much.
I wasn't into, but Magic the Gathering was a big thing. People we talked about Pogs on one of the other Dragon Ball Z,
Yu-Gi-Oh and all that.
Yeah. That was the play. You'd be at school trading that and playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did it more like after school. I felt like we just didn't have time to break out the binders. But I would say another honorable mention. Where was I going with it? What was I gonna say? See, the Pokemon cards threw me. Oh, like Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
I had a Tamagotchi. I think for a very brief amount of time. But like I would say that most kids back then, if you had one, it was always on you. It was always on you. It was like another thing. Like there was different colorways of Tamagotchis, and it was just like we said, quintessential to the 90s.
Yeah, other things that I remember having, like again, middle school, high school, discs. You used to have to go and bring like a floppy disk, like not just a floppy disk. It was more like the 3.5 size discs when I was in high school. But if you're doing a school paper and stuff like that, we didn't burn CDs. It wasn't that popular. So you would bring like the 3.5.
Oh, I know.
Like the little discs like that. They'd have to like do a paper or something like that when you're doing like a school report or project. And you would hand in like the disc or bring it into the school computer and print it out.
Yeah. I know what my other honorable mention was going to be. Tamagotchis was up there, but it wasn't the one I was thinking of. It was a fucking cassette player before Walkman.
That's right, because Walkman is a cassette player. Walkman is a cassette player.
No, but the Walkman was a CD one.
No, you're thinking of Discman.
I am thinking of a Discman.
A Walkman, yeah. It was the regular AM, FM, and then also had like double side. Yeah.
It's okay. I say Discman. Is that different?
You could say Discman.
All right, Discman, because I thought that's what you were referring to. But any form of like
hit clips
of
music playing,
music consumption. That was always in our backpacks.
Because then, like I said, kids, then again, like I remember when I was in high school and college, like then iPods started coming out, iPod Nanos, and the Zune.
Like groundbreaking. Oh, but the Zune stunk. I mean, didn't even hold a candle to the iPod.
And a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, well, those people fucking... What are those people doing nowadays? Don't tell me they're...
Working for Microsoft, maybe.
Don't tell me that they're co-hosting in a podcast called The Offline Era, because... Get out. No, iPod was definitely the
but again, like just another branch, like I said, portable music, sharing music with others.
Yeah. Did you have Pogs?
Pogs, yeah. Pogs, Slammers, yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that.
Some kids were doing like marbles. And...
Oh, that was another one. Fucking marbles. I wasn't big into marbles, but there was one there was one year that I don't know what year it was. It might have been 4th or 5th grade, but like there was like a random resurgence of marbles in my school, and like
Beyblades.
We all pretended like we were fucking marble players, and I told my parents like we gotta get marbles, and like I remember they used to come in like a bag, just mixed marbles, and like
a net bag, yeah.
You would just hope that you got a cool color, and I did get one that was pretty cool. It's like a purplish, bluish, black and white. And I used to bring these marbles to school, and we used to play. We didn't know what we were doing, but like marbles were a fucking cool thing too.
I mean, other things we didn't talk about obviously were guys, but like I remember again having friends, having sister, like my sister, like hairbrushes, makeup. Because there's another thing, back then for girls, a lot of them, like Tracy would say, her parents like, you can't wear makeup or date boys till you're 18.
Yeah.
So you'd go to school and be like, all right, we're trying different lipsticks and blushes and like. So I remember I would like, you know, like being dating someone when I was in like middle school, high school, and it's like all their whole backpack was just makeup. Because like, all right, I got to bring, like, I'm hiding it in my locker. I can't like, or my friends going and buying me mascara or blush or like lipstick. So I remember that was a big thing. I was like, man, where are you fitting all this shit in your backpack? Because half of it is all like just taken up by makeup and compacts and brushes and all these hair accessories and scrunchies. Like, girls and their damn scrunchies back then and leaving them on your shift knob and shit.
Guy saying girls, you naming every damn thing. You had all these things.
I mean, I didn't have these, but I had a lot of friends that were girls. That's like, all right, where you like
pimp?
I'm just saying, boys. I've just had a lot of friends
ladies
that were
man. Fucking
just
ladies
saying.
man. Had plenty of girlfriends.
I mean, with all my Magnum condoms that were falling out of my backpack when I was in like
all of his book socks.
Yeah, the book socks. You know what I'm saying?
Guy was a pimp. Guy was pimping in Yonkers. Oh man, what a fun time that was. I mean,
but like you said, what I think what's funny about this, like you said, how much it's changed. Like how much we would see. Like I mean, now they like I even remember. Oh, for class this semester, these are the things you need to buy for the first. Like I don't know if people are still emailing or print. I mean, like printing out, like I said, getting the specific book. Like kids now they get a fucking Chromebook.
Yeah, well,
like everything's on the fucking Chromebook. What are you using pens and pencils for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like. My sister-in-law talks to like her daughter about like, oh yeah, did you do it on like, did you bring home your Chromebook or something? Like, I don't know what the exact conversations are, but I know it's Chromebook related. And I'm like, do you buy the Chromebook? Does the school supply the Chromebook?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like,
I think they rent them out to the kids, right? And then like wipe them out.
And then like, what comes with that now? Like, what is the
like they're assuming every kid has high-speed internet at home, you know, like...
Well, that and, like, just think about, like, when we were kids, like, whatever was given to us, we found a way to, like, exploit it for some reason.
Oh, if I left it at home, I'll bring it to my dog ate my homework.
Or even deeper than that, like, what's, like, the social, like... what's like the issues that come with all kids having a computer now?
Yeah.
They probably know how to do something to like, because obviously there's probably some type of child block.
Yeah.
But they probably all
know around.
Know something that just didn't get caught by the child block, and they can all do this.
Like, AI now.
Yeah. Well, that too. It's like, can you imagine if AI came out when you were trying to write a paper? Like, bro, like
you and your friend, you'd be like, make it slightly different.
Yeah.
Or me. Tell me where I gotta find 10 different fucking leaves I gotta spray paint them.
And like, how do teachers find out?
What's the difference between a temple and a pyramid? I could have asked it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, like, it's scary because it's like, what do I need school for?
Having all this access to information at your fingertips.
I can learn everything from ChatGPT.
And it's funny, teachers, like, you're not going to walk around with a calculator in your pocket. Well, why wouldn't you use it? Like, kids, why wouldn't you use AI and ChatGPT? Like, why wouldn't you use Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Like, there's no... Like,
YouTube.
There's no school fights and arguments like, oh, you're wrong, you're that wrong. It's like...
You know how many things I learned from YouTube and ChatGPT and Copilot? Like, how to do this in the house or do whatever. Like, whatever. Like... It's scary. I mean, it's not that it's scary in a bad way. It's scary that it's just like where technology was at one point, and now where it's at. Like how
reliant.
How much more crazy can it get? Mm-hmm. Like what's the next level? Because it's like my daughter's 2. Like by the time she starts going to school, like what's she gonna be doing? Like
I don't want my kid dating no clanker. I want her dating a human instead of a robot.
Yeah, or I want her dating a robot because that motherfucker knows
a clanker.
A clanker.
Clanker. Like, I don't want no clankers in here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing to think of, and you know, it's just crazy. Like, as cool as it is that technology advances, the problem is when technology advances, the world gets ruined.
Preach.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like, social media, that ruined everything. You know, like
reality TV also like changed like the game of just, I mean,
like
everyone and their mother's got a fucking podcast nowadays. It's like you got to be talented, you know.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been doing it like us for 5 weeks.
Ridiculous. You got to earn your stripes.
I mean, that like e-commerce like destroyed. I mean, we're just tangenting off right now, but like literally, I'm on a roll right now.
I mean, you're gonna put some Bitcoin in your back. But let's summarize it for the people. We're hitting almost the hour mark here.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like.
So just like I said, the difference in culture between then and now, and,
I mean,
and what it will be 20 years, 30 years from now.
These episodes are always for people that lived it and can relate, or maybe have their own
or
takes
maybe
on
not.
things.
Or maybe it's someone like said that is now in their teens or preteens. It's like, what was it like?
That are just into vintage things.
Yeah,
like,
or what was the mindset?
Just like how we're into vintage stuff. Like even things that predate us, like stuff that our parents grew up on.
70s, 80s.
You know,
like
when my parents grew up on like doo-wop music. Like I didn't grow up with that, but I love it.
And the same and it's funny that we joke we talk like a backpack episode. It's funny, my dad like doesn't like wearing like like I gave him one like and he like to travel with, and he doesn't like wearing on his shoulder because like it's just not something he's used to.
Right.
You know, like as a kid when my dad my dad is now 76, like, but he used to carry, you know, like a leather book strap, right. And you know, it's like, so even just having a backpack is a different thing of just like, it's not natural for him to have all that weight, you know, like on your, so it's different. Like even for us, like it's like kids nowadays also I know like are not into like they have rolling. I mean even luggage and suitcase, right, is different than what it used to be 20. So I think it's like I said, even for kids now that were born in the 2000s, to be like, what was it like 20, 30 years? Like I said, vintage, or how did my parents used to have, like, what the fuck is a trapper keeper or a pencil case or, you know, this and stuff? I'm interested in that.
Chinese finger trap.
Chinese finger traps, yeah.
Oh my God. I thought my life was over when my fingers got stuck.
But it's just like it's interesting to see like where how far we've come, and like I said, what the next thing is going to be.
And like how like not long ago it felt.
Yeah.
Like it felt like all these things we're talking about literally feel like yesterday. But like 30 years has passed, 40 years has passed. Like it's like it's just fucking crazy. It's like it's mind-blowing when you really think about it and think about the time that's passed. It's just like, and then just seeing how much of a 180 like things have gone. Like, not that it's bad or anything. Like it's not. It's just different.
Yeah.
And it's not that anything's wrong with what's going on. It's just that we think it's wrong because we think what we grew up on was the right way. But like, listen, like kids nowadays are going to be 30 years down the road, and then their kids are going to be, and then whatever.
Remember, we used to have a Chromebook, and like, why? And that was so dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, what the fuck's next?
Why don't you just have like implant in your glasses? You know,
yeah,
or something?
And you can just see everything right in front of you. Like it's just, it's crazy to think what is going to be what back. I mean, in the future, but
I'm sure there's stuff, like I said, that we didn't talk about. So I'd love to hear from you guys, like what stuff you guys would put in your backpack or whatever that we didn't even talk about.
There's literally so many things you could talk about. I mean, the lists are endless, and it's always about what you were into. Like My Little Pony, probably girls had, and you know,
you might have had.
Yeah,
he's a brony over here.
Yeah, Beanie Babies.
Babies
could have been in your bag. You know, we spoke about Pogs. Maybe a Furby if you were able to get it to shut up. So many different things could have been in there, but you guys let us know. Anything else you want to say?
No.
If not,
we love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. We
interact with us.
Appreciate everybody that's been dropping comments on YouTube or on any
Keith,
of our,
we see you.
Yeah, or on any of our different digital platforms. So check us out. We're the Offline Era everywhere.
Have a great 2026, guys.
Yeah, riding into 2026 with good vibes, nostalgia, all things 90s, with respect to every other decade and generation, whatever.
For sure.
But we're over here, we're doing the 90s, a little bit of 80s, some 2000s, but that's the vibes we're giving off. So appreciate everybody. Come join the ride with us for the rest of the year, and we will see you next time.
Catch you guys. Thank you.
Peace.